Hey, how's it going, guys? This is your boy Hazzed, and today I'm going to be doing the 6.1 How to PvP Frost DK video since so much changed since that patch hit. So let's get into this and jump into this and tell you which way we're going and why. So keep watching, guys. Stick around. You guys know how it is. You can't do anything unless you know what talents you're using. Alright, so first off, Plague Leech, definitely in the first tier. Those two runes are going to help you. Those two death runes are going to help you heal so much more with those Death Siphon. That's two Death Siphon. That's almost around 20-something% healing. That's an insane amount right now, and I'll show you how big the Death Siphon is very soon. For the level 57 talent, Lichborn. Lichborn's OP. You want Lichborn, guys. You want that Lichborn heal. That 10% leech that gives you is amazing. And also the reason you're using that is get out of fear. Like, you don't want to pass that by. Alright, so 58. I thought I was going to have to use Chillblains to kite, but how things turned out and how strong our healing actually is, we're still going to be rocking Asphyxiate. Definitely. Very strong at the moment. Now, for the level 60 talent, you could go Blood Tap, which could opportunely give you better timed heals, exponential. I don't know. It's kind of like it's a trade up, but at the same time, I like to go full offensive with RE, and I actually get more procs and more healing from that with the way that I play, because that's just the style that I like. And you could be RC, but the nice thing about RE is those instant runes you're proccing, those instant death runes you're proccing, can go straight into Death Siphons and pump out even more healing into you. Like, I just did a BG and I didn't get touched by anybody. I was like 4v1 healing and kiting. It was insane. Alright, so level 90 talents. You know, Gorfing's Grass, good for BGs. Remorseless Winter, great for stuns. If you're trying to kill healers, we know that. And then Desecrated Ground, that's more for arena. Getting out of CC's Desecrated Ground is an OP trinket. You always, like, it is strong. It is so strong. I love that one. Alright, so level 100 talent. Now it ticks for more. Alright, it doesn't generate runic power for us anymore. Off the table. Just throw it away. Act like it doesn't exist for Frost anymore. Defile definitely doesn't exist for Frost anymore because it doesn't even give us any extra defense. So, Breath of Sindragosa. Why are we using Breath of Sindragosa? Because basically it gives us a one shot. That's why we're using Sindragosa. I watch people just... Oh, awesome. So yeah, now that we know what talents we're using, let's burst over to glyphs. Alright guys, so here's what glyphs you can be using right now. Right now, this is kind of like my BG stomper, my mess around a lot stronger than usual kind of thing. Now, if I was doing arena, I'd switch it up a bit different. But just running around, you want to be really strong. Pick out Glyph of Icy Runes for that 10 extra runic power. Take the runic game one, of course. It got nerfed by 1 runic power, which is but it's still pretty strong. And of course, 30% heal. Why am I using these? They nerfed our healing. This will make up for it, more than make up for it, of course, with Siphon. Now, if you're doing arena or something, you probably want to be using Icy Touch for the Dispel, which is absolutely amazing. Or some people actually prefer using, where is it hiding? It's the Dark Simulacrum glyph that I currently do not have on this character. Fail. Anyway, it told you how much I'm actually pushing arena this season. Anyway, so yeah. Sweet, those are the glyphs. Alright, so we're going to go over stat priority. Now, there's a couple different ways people like to go, but the way I base myself off of is a hard burst stat priority with a great healing method, because I like to be able to stand on my own and not suckle off of a healer. So, I follow versatility, haste. Let's see, versatility, haste, multi-strike, mastery, and crit. So, follow those, you'll be strong, you'll stand on your own, you'll be able to beat people in duels, yada yada yada. Now the other stuff you hear about, the specs that are playing multi-strike first, are people that are trying to push 2600 plus in arenas, and if you're not trying to push 2600 plus in arena, critiquing your character like that might actually make you not enjoy playing, just saying. That's what a lot of people are telling me. Anyway, so, well, that's stat priority. Now, a couple things, guys, comes to play here. Now that we're not rocking necrotic playing for a main spec, as in old things we didn't have to pay attention to, so keep this in mind. So Plague Strike, put that back on your bar. You're going to need that to put up Blood Plague. Why? For Plague Leech, because that's OP. Also, you're going to have to keep up Frost Fever, but that's almost like keeping up Necrotic Plague all the time. You'll do that basically on your own, but you will have to keep up Blood Plague. That is something you will have to do, guys. So keep that in mind, because if you're not using that, it's going to be a little tougher to manage both of these instead of just one, especially when throwing in Plague Leech and using our new heal. But you guys, once you get used to it, you'll completely love it. So keep that in mind. Now, I'm going to answer one of the biggest questions is, how do I heal now I don't have conversion? Alright, check this out, guys. Our heals are going to be based off of death runes and, of course, death strikes. Now, okay, so under that case, you can pretty much, your ding up, so your blood presence, right? So death strike, you got big death strike, heals are coming off cool, and then we can use death siphons. Now, you can either use those two on a death strike or 2 death siphons. Personally, I'd use it on 2 death siphons because it's a lot more healing. Look how big these heals are. Death siphon, 20k. Like, I've seen them heal up to almost 28k. I had it crit once and almost heal me for 48 to 50k. Like, it was insane. I had, like, big percentage heals from this, guys. Now, here's where the power really comes from this. Now, imagine you're going offensive with your Frost Strikes. Watch my Death Runes proc. Death Rune proc, another big heal. I'm going ham, still doing my rotation. Death Rune proc, another big heal. Like, I'm doing this the whole time I'm fighting. Now, here's a really cool part. If I use Plague Leech, that's 2 Death Runes. I get off 3 heals right now. You see how much that was? Add that up. That was over 56k of healing, guys. Right there. 56k. How much health is that? That's over a third of my health, guys. Just like pumped out there. Bam, 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 bam. Like, you imagine that? Like, just the whole time. Like, this hits more than conversion when you need to heal, guys. This is insane. I don't know why they took away our heal to give us a bigger heal. But yeah, basically it's the same. Now, think about it this way. I used to say in the past that our offense is our greatest defense. Well, it literally is now, guys. You have to Frost Strike to get Death Runes. The more Death Runes you have, the more you can take away their life with Death Siphon and heal yourself. Like, it is a crazy strong ability, guys. It hits pretty hard, too. I can hit people from 8k to about 12k with it, or even more sometimes. If it crits, it can hit for, you know, 20k. Like, it's a pretty gnarly move. So that's how you heal, guys. And the coolest part about it is, with, you know, the nice little glyph I showed you, you can hit somebody at range, chains them, build up a ton of runic power, and go in for the Syndragoza with this spec easily, and still get off your death siphons during the Syndragoza if you need to heal. Like, it's pretty nuts, guys. They gave us a nice little ability. It's going to create a smooth rotation. Don't be worried about that. So take a look at this healing here with this death siphons. This enhancement shaman, they got a nice little burst buff and stuff, and I'm just sitting here just healing through everything with this death siphon, using my Frost Strikes to proc death runes to get siphons to use more death strikes. Like, it is insane, guys. And when those runes come around, I use death strikes instead of siphon, and then I siphon again. Wow, that's just wild, guys. Look at this. We can put out quite a bit of offensive pressure too with the way that we do this. And this is in 6.1. It's pretty intense. Now we're letting our healing fall a little bit there. So when our healing falls a little bit, we just use Plague Leech again and straight up just death siphon our face off. Yeah, he's excited about his class. He's very happy that they got a little buff. So yeah, guys, that's how you heal.